You need to understand how dangerous blockchain can be in the wrong hands. Know who you're voting for, know their policies on CBDCs, write your congressmen, write your senators, tell them this is not something you want, tell them that they need to have a staunch opinion on this. So if you have a gaming computer and it's plugged into the wall and you're not using it, you could download Render and get paid in Render for them pooling your GPU. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JT, and we are back to the Crypto Den. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I am so grateful for you guys. All the watches, the likes, the subs, the comments, the shares. More and more, I see this little community grow, grow, and grow, and I'm so grateful for it and all of your engagement and just the love y'all show me. Thank you. It makes this process a lot more exciting for me. And hopefully, in return, you all are receiving value that you're not getting anywhere else. And that's my promise to you guys. I'm going to work very hard to bring you the absolute best. Okay. Today, we're talking about CBDCs and crypto. Are they the same? Are they different? If so, what are the differences? And all that good stuff to help you better understand this asset class. That is my job. I'm educating you all on the fundamentals and first principles that make blockchain technology that impactful to society. That way, you can make better decisions for your family if you are navigating this space. With that, before I get into it, for those who do not know, my name is Jake Tullis. I also go by JT, and I run a digital asset hedge fund called Bleeding Edge Capital. Bleeding Edge Capital is a discretionary long fund that is based in fundamentals and research that I then publish online to help you all understand what Bleeding Edge Capital is doing, what I'm doing as the fund manager, and to help educate people. So, with that, let's get over to it because honestly, this is a very passionate topic of mine. And you need to understand what the hell these things are. You need to. There's not like, no. Like, you need to understand how dangerous blockchain can be in the wrong hands, and you need to understand how powerful it can be in the right hands, okay? Because it is dangerous, CBDCs, and what they are talking about and theorizing and playing with. So let's get into it. First, you're going to think I'm some conspiracy theorist. You're not going to think I'm giving you straight facts, no printer, but I am. CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. This is the federalreserve.gov. Check the URL. This is our Federal Reserve. This is on their website, okay? Central bank digital currencies are a private and permissioned blockchain. That means the government that you are a citizen of has their own blockchain that is not public, that is not permissionless, meaning they are the administrators of the blockchain. They own 100% of the token supply, just like dollars. They own 100% of the rule set that the smart contracts would do, that their token could and couldn't do. They would have permissions over everything. Hey everybody, it's JT. Just in case you didn't know, I would love a sub. Almost 97% of you that have viewed our content have not subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you just hit that sub button, give us a like, and let us know how we're doing. All right, back to the content. Which means once you start getting paid in digital dollars instead of fiat dollars, okay, those are very different things. Um, they could decide 1 month that you've bought enough packs of cigarettes. You're only allowed two a week, let's say, um, or one a day. I don't know. They could make that rule and then literally not authorize a transaction at any gas station in their country if you're buying your third pack of cigarettes that week, as an example. They could say, hey, you need to spend 10%, right, of the money you've earned this month, or else we're going to burn it. We're just going to burn it. Like they burn tokens and NFTs, and yeah, they're just going to burn it. And tons of other things. That has already happened in China. Um, China has CBDCs, okay? Take a look at this. This is another thing, cbdctracker.org. You can look at every single country's development, right? Every single country's development of central bank digital currencies. Most of the world is working on it, okay? Most of the world. So you have to think, what do they want to do? China, Russia, India, they're all in pilot mode. Some places in Africa have legit launched. In the next 10 years, most of this map will be blue, most likely, except for America, possibly, thanks to Trump. The Republicans have vowed to stop central bank digital currencies. I don't know how honest they are about that, but in general, these things are being built across the globe. The Fed is talking about it. This is something that they genuinely want, and I have no idea why. Outside of the vector of control I am talking about. That is the difference between a central bank digital currency and Ether or Bitcoin or USDC. Like, it is exactly crypto, but it's owned by the government, it's controlled by the government, and the token on that network could be changed at a moment's notice to behave any certain way. Any certain way. They could move the tokens in and out of your wallets, which would be like going into your bank account and doing whatever the hell they wanted. Okay. They could do any of that with a central bank digital currency versus having a digital dollar on Ethereum and putting the treasury on Ethereum or putting it on Solana or one of these networks, having it completely public, completely auditable at any moment, literally every block finality, every 10 seconds or 10 minutes, doesn't matter depending on the network, right? You'd be able to audit the entire government. That's something they could do, and they could give the power to the people and let everything function the way it is right now, just on a public chain where they don't have a control vector. That's our hope and prayers, but it may not work like that. Just straight up, may not work. Either way, that's the chief difference. In crypto, it's a catchphrase, a catch-all that refers to tokens which are a byproduct of a blockchain network. Tokens sit on top of a blockchain network to enable the nodes of that network to communicate and to coordinate, especially if it needs humans. For example, the Bitcoin token is a byproduct of the Bitcoin network. The token is what incentivizes people to go get hardware, plug it into the wall, and support the network. In turn, the network uses the Bitcoin token to pay those people for the contributions to the network. It's coordinating compute, storage, it's coordinating the people in the investment, the capital investment, the capex to keep it going. It's investing, it's incentivizing all these investments of energy and resources into the network, which in turn gives us all a network that we can trust to put our value on. It's volunteers for profit. They forward the money, they front the money, they support the network, and then they get a little bit of the token on that network. And the same is true for everything from a proof of stake chain, incentivizing people to set up a validator node and validate transactions, to um, Render, which is another project that basically uses the Render token to facilitate Airbnb for your GPU. So if you have a gaming computer and it's plugged into the wall and you're not using it, you could download Render and get paid in Render for them pooling your GPU and then selling it to other people, and you get paid for the runtime. Stuff like that. Tokens are just that's what crypto is. And it's a public marketplace, it's a public network that we all can see and play with. And a CBDC is the exact opposite of that, and it would allow governments to control their constituents completely down to the penny of what they spend their money on and how they do it and when they do it. This has already been implemented in China. It's definitely in some countries in Africa. It's like completely live. This is where we are headed. I don't really know how it stops unless the Republicans stay true to their word that they will fight to keep CBDCs out of the federal government's hands. Trump's regime seems to be good on their promise of reducing federal government, but we'll see. That's the chief difference. Know who you're voting for, know their policies on CBDCs, write your congressmen, write your senators, tell them this is not something you want, tell them that they need to have a staunch opinion on this, and it cannot be allowed, or else we will enter a wave of communism that would make your grandparents turn over in their grave. Okay. With that, take care of each other until next time. All right. Be kind. Unless it's a government official that wants to make CBDCs, be kind. Okay. Take care of one another. And until next time, I'll see you back here. Peace.